everybody. Welcome to A Crafter's Story. It's Celestia, and thank you so much for stopping by. So it is Thursday, which means it is Deck the Year Thursday, and that is a hashtag that is hosted by Penny at Penny's Crafty Creations. And I haven't done that many of these Deck the Years, and I really honestly feel awful because I should, because they're a lot of fun. And so please, if you go and you put hashtag Deck the Year, you will see everybody who has participated in taking a playing card or a clothing tag or something, some kind of card, maybe an index card, and they've modified it or altered it into some beautiful piece of art. And so a few months ago, I went to our local thrift store and I picked up this jumbo card pack, and it was a lousy 99 cents. I could not leave it behind. I had not the foggiest clue what I was going to do with it, but that price, I couldn't leave it. So I did pick them up. So this is what I'm working on today, and I've taken one out, and I've kind of pre-done a few of these because it takes a long time for glue to dry the way I'm doing this. So this is a jumbo playing card like this that I've taken, and then I have a bunch of these little pieces of fabric. I cut them up into these pieces, little sort of swatches of fabric, and then I cut them into smaller pieces. I put them in little Ziploc, little plastic bags, and I've been holding on to them. And so what I've done is taken some of my Elmer's glue, any white runny glue, and totally covered the surface of the card, and then sort of almost mosaic, scrappy mosaic style, went and put all my little bits and pieces on here until I was left with something like this. So you'll see, excuse me, it's very, very scrappy, and I've just laid them all one on top of the other, and then when it was dry, I took another layer of my glue and I went over the top to really just get them to stay down, and then I put it, once it was dry, I put it under some heavy books because they tended to curl. So anyway, so that is that. And then when I was done with this, it was dry, I went ahead and I cut off all the excess that stuck around. And once that was done, so a little bit of a process, from this to that to this, I thought, now what? I knew that I loved this. It looked great. So I thought, well, maybe what I can do is paint on it. Can I use paint on it? And I can. So I'm going to do a similar painting on one of these others, just to kind of show you how I do it. Now, one thing that I did find was I think there's a sort of plastic polymer in these PVA glues, right? And so when it dried, it created a film, kind of like Mod Podge, right? So any of my less expensive paints that I get from Dollar Tree, they were when it dried, it would split. So I just had to fill in the gaps, and then some of the more pricier glues, paints that I had, didn't do that. So if it splits on you, just add more layers. And so I'll do a little drive-by and you'll see how this one turned out. I really love that there is this fabric at the back that kind of becomes part of the picture. And then there's this little tablecloth down here, and this is not dry. You can see I've layered and layered and layered. These little berries, I think they dry. I don't want to touch them just in case, but they also sort of 3D. I've put quite a lot of paint on here. I don't know if you can see there. Anyway, so there's that. So I'm going to take this one that is already sort of prepared and see what I can paint on it. Okie dokie. It's not finished because I would like, once it's dry, I probably will have to patch a little spot here and there if the paint starts to pull apart, and then I want to put, edge it with a black like I did with this one. And I actually really much prefer the vase over here than over here, so I might work on this vase a little bit. I don't know, worry for another day. So here you go. I'll do a little flyby and you'll see. And this is my Deck the Year altered card. I hope you like it. And thanks so much for popping around and visiting with me today. And if you've got any of the bits and pieces of fabric you don't know what to do with it, maybe just try kind of collaging with it on a big old card, and maybe you can draw on it or paint on it. Just an idea. All right, you guys, we'll see you next time. Bye.